You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Monday. My name is Brock. Unfortunately, Dalby's not feeling too well, so he won't be in today, but that does kind of suck because I really need my man here today. I'm not going to lie. I apologize if I feel or sound a little flat. The reason I was off last week is I don't know if Dalby touched on it or not, but my grandma did pass away on Friday. Did go peacefully. We did the whole maid process, which I know kind of like controversial for some folks, but in my opinion, she went on her terms and, like I said, peacefully surrounded by family, which that's something that hit me hard. And I'm sorry for just talking about myself this morning, but it was weird because I don't have that close of a family. So it's always weird when everyone gets together for a death, which really sucks. It's nice seeing everyone, and it's nice that everyone's able to be there for each other, but it's very lame at the end of the day that these are the things that bring us together. Although my sister did say something to me. She said family is who you make it, which I did think was beautiful. So I'm not trying to make everything I'm saying about myself right now. I guess if there's one thing I did want to say right now this morning, it's hug your family, hug your friends, let them know you care. If there's people in your life that you just haven't been reaching out to, I hope maybe just me saying this does something for you. But I also want to say thank you so much for being here right now, because honestly, the past little bit has really sucked, and I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but I want to say thank you for being here, being at work, being able to goof off with Dalby is such a great distraction from life. And I know some of you text in and say that we're a great distraction for you, but honestly, thank you for being here, for interacting, for texting, for calling. And I really wish Dalby was here so I could tell him thank you to his face. He's helped me out a ton over the past few months. But on that note, it's enough of the sappy stuff. Let's get into the show.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Well, this happened last night.
Last play. Alexander needs a touchdown. Heaving it down the field. Into the end zone. Deflected, and it falls to the field. And gray has just turned green and white. The Saskatchewan Roughriders and Trevor Harris have won the Grey Cup.
How many of you are just waking up right now learning that the Grey Cup was last night? It's weird. It's supposed to be such a big game, but I barely saw any advertisement for it. Hell, I don't even know. Was there any bars in town that were having like a watch party for it? I mean, when the Super Bowl is on, everybody and their mom knows about it, whether it's just even watching for the halftime show. I'd really love to see the numbers from TSN on viewership. I feel like there was probably more people that actually watched the Sunday night NFL game between the Lions and the Eagles last night, which is sad because I do love me some CFL. I think it's quality football. I get it. The 3 downs and the plethora of other things like the Rouge and whatever feel weird, but it just feels like less and less people care each year, which, you know, I am biased towards the CFL. I grew up going to Ticats games with my grandpa, Oski Wee Wee, which I feel like if you're a CFL fan, it's either you're of a certain demographic or age, or maybe you grew up out west in the prairies. I know out in Saskatchewan or Manitoba, it's kind of really all you got, right? Especially living in Saskatchewan, that's the only professional sports team they have out there. But if you grew up with someone older in your family, then you were raised on the CFL. I like to think of the Canadian Football League like Spam. A lot of people don't like it, but if you grew up eating it, you don't think it's gross. So I recommend next year, if you haven't given the CFL a chance, try some Spam. It's really not that bad, all right?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Nice to know that there's a few of you that watched the Grey Cup last night. I've got Brian on the phone. Do you ever watch any CFL?
Well, I didn't watch any this year. And every year I say I'm going to watch it in the summer, and then all of a sudden it's November and it's Grey Cup Sunday, and I haven't watched a single game.
Why do you think people don't care about the CFL here in Canada?
I think it's the time of the season. It's too early, and then all of a sudden it's over when you're just getting back into sports.
It's so weird because, especially in a year like we've had for our country, everyone was so pro-Canadian and buying this and listening to this or watching this or whatever, but yet still nobody cares about the CFL.
Well, and they threw an American into the halftime show, which I really didn't understand this year. I would think with all the patriotism and everything, Canada, we would have got a Canadian,
You know what? That is a valid point, dude, because if you didn't know, they had Machine Gun Kelly, which, I can't stand that guy. It does feel like they're pandering to an audience who most definitely doesn't care about the CFL, just like how with the NFL halftime show, they know people are going to watch the halftime show regardless. That's exactly what it seems like they're trying to do. I mean, they had, the Jonas Brothers last year, Green Day the year before. It does kind of feel like they're trying a little too hard to be cool, like a dad wearing jeans with holes in them. But should it be a Canadian band? Honestly, you're right. I mean, they had Our Lady Peace open up the Grey Cup. They easily could have played the halftime show. And if you think of Canadian artists, there's so many. I mean, the Beaches are a hot band right now. Hell, Rush is making a comeback right now, and Finger 11 just put out new music. There's 1,000,001 Canadian artists. I mean, hell, even just country artists alone, I feel like you'd get more viewership by having a Canadian country artist on there. But also, at the same time, I feel like it doesn't matter because it is like the NFL halftime show where people are just going to complain regardless. So I think there's only one answer for who should play the halftime show next year.
If you don't know just what it is, remember, boys and girls, don't put it in your mouth. Hey, what am I doing? I don't even like beats.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Listen, we've talked before about how AI is taking people's jobs. Well, apparently 911 call centers may be next. It's actually happening already in the province of Ontario as they are testing out a new service in the Halton region and actually Winnipeg as well. It's a company called Hyper, and they've developed a AI voice agent to help police services handle non-emergency calls because obviously not everyone that calls 911 is always for an emergency. They've called it SARA, an acronym, Smart Answering Road Assistant. And they're testing it out right now because they say that they waste so much money paying people to answer these calls, yada, yada, yada. Just like every other reason why someone is using AI for a company, it's to save money. Now, here's the thing. If you've ever called your bank or anything that's ever put you on hold nowadays, it uses one of these automated services, and they are absolutely brutal, right? Press 1 to talk to a human. Imagine calling 911 and being told, press 1 to talk to the emergency responder. I can't even fathom finding out that your grandmother died because she didn't know how to bring up the keyboard on her smartphone. It's an awful idea in my opinion. I get it. They're trying to cut costs wherever they can. I just feel like I'd only consider it if someone was appointed responsible for any mistakes that the AI does, because AI tends to make tons of mistakes. I mean, hell, you're just talking about the automated phone services. Have you been through a drive-thru where they try and use those AI automated services there? Absolutely brutal. Like I said, I get it. They're trying to save money, but in the drive-thru aspects of things, I'm not allowed to punch the guy in the face at Tim Hortons who messed up my order, but I can punch the hell out of that screen.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
All right, Matt, you say that you found a job that you think should have AI automated software?
Service Ontario, MTO, all those customer service positions in the government, because I am so sick of lines, not being able to get into places because the line's too long or they're shut down because of whatever. Screw it. Go AI, man. I'm tired.
I mean, I'm always on the side of I want people to have jobs. 100% get where you're coming from. But at the same time, do you think that's going to make it better or worse not having people there?
It's got to be better. I feel like there'd be less reasons to be mad, though. I mean, there's, the number of angry people behind the counter is normally limited. Like, you have like 2 people at the counter, 30 people in line waiting to get paperwork processed.
You're not wrong, but then at the same time, how many times have you heard about AI developing its own conscience and being more than passive-aggressive to some folks?
Well, actually, you put them in a government position. Like, I remember that story you guys brought up about the robot that threw itself down the stairs. I mean...
It would be pretty beneficial, I guess, for employees then for mental health. Plus, I mean, I guess you'd be able to berate the workers for messing up and not feeling bad for once.
Exactly.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
As of Friday, no more speed cameras in the province. Dougie Ford did announce, because a lot of people were wondering, well, what are they going to do in return of getting rid of these speed cameras? He put out a tweet on Friday, said, instead, we're supporting proactive, proven safety measures like putting in more speed bumps, roundabouts, and better signage that slow drivers down without making more life expensive, which the roundabouts is going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of accidents caused between that. I feel like 75% of people cannot figure out how to use a roundabout. I mean, I get it can kind of be confusing, but the signs just explain everything. But then again, I realize that nobody reads anything nowadays, so that'll be interesting to see. But the real question is, if you got a ticket from one of those speed cameras, do you still have to pay it? That's the biggest thing I was wondering. Is it kind of similar to the whole Blockbuster situation? You know, when they were closing and you rented a movie and you just never brought it back? The late fees didn't matter anymore. If you got a speed camera ticket like 2 weeks ago, are you still expected to pay that? Or even better, if you paid for a ticket from one of those speed cameras, are you going to get a refund? I mean, as I say that, I realize I already know the answer. You have as good of a chance of getting a refund from the province as you do winning the lottery.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Josh, what do you think about the whole speed cameras? Should people get a refund, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think that after that initial decision was made to get rid of the speed cameras, I don't think they should be valid after that point.
I agree with that, but then someone brought up a good point on the text line. Derek said they didn't let anyone out of jail for weed when it became legal. So I feel like that's the real gray area there. I do got friend of the show, Kristen, on the phone. You had another good point that you wanted to bring up about the speed camera tickets there. What was it?
Well, okay, so I got a ticket from a speed camera. It came in the mail, and it's I don't even know how much it was, but there was an option to fight it. So I thought, okay, I'll fight it. So I did that, and I got an email back. We received your email. We're gonna send you further email for a court date, and I've heard nothing. So here's my question: did they throw that out?
Yeah, I mean, how does that work for the court dates too, I guess, right?
No clue. But the reason why I chose to fight it is because I wasn't driving my car that day.
And they can't prove that it's you.
No.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that's going to play out because, I mean, none of these speed camera tickets affect your insurance or anything like that in the long run, or even rather your license for that matter, I guess. But an unpaid ticket is still an unpaid ticket, I guess?
True, and it goes against the plate. So you'd have trouble renewing your plate if you owed a fine against your plate.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could get a lawyer on the phone to get a real answer for you.
Yeah, that one's kind of I've been wondering it for a couple weeks now. I'm thinking,
I wonder how many people are not going to show up for their court dates is the even bigger question.
Yeah, I have no idea what the province is going to do now about those.
My legal advice would still be to show up, I guess.
If I get an email saying there is a court date, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Guess we'll wait and see.
I wish I could say go full Rage Against the Machine, but I'm a puppet. I'm a good citizen. I just do what I'm told. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Got a text in here at 762-555 from John. He says, if you're looking at getting your winter tires on, maybe call today so you can get them on next week, which is honestly a great reminder. I don't know how many people have probably been freaking out at auto shops and stuff because they can't get their tires on. Make that call this morning so you can get them on either by the end or next week there, which, you know what? I like handing out some reminders on a Monday. That's a good one. I'd say another good reminder is to all of you who rely on your backup camera, maybe give that thing a little wipe before you take off anywhere. Lord knows it's all fogged up or got dirt and grime on there, and most of you refuse to look around anyways nowadays. Another reminder, I don't know who needs to hear this, throw that tarp on the AC unit before the winter gets even worse than it is. And I mean, speaking of winter, for all you dog owners out there, just another reminder, go pick up those damn turds in your backyard, man. I mean, I know you're not going to be able to see it once the snow really covers over there, but it's only going to be worse in the spring than it is now. And I mean, speaking of turds, I guess my final reminder is to all you Montreal Canadiens fans who are getting all high and mighty because you're in second place in the division and you're doing so good right now, simmer the hell down, bud. We're not even halfway through the season, all right? Relax.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
All right, after watching the Grey Cup last night and seeing Our Lady Peace play before the show, or before the game, rather, they played that song, Sound the Alarm, and it got me thinking, we could do a contest called Sound the Alarm, where every day we make our contestants make the sound of an alarm for the lottery tickets, and I was thinking we could do, like, the hurricane tornado alarm. I'm interested to see how this plays out. Are you going to go with a long groan or yelp? It ebbs and flows, too. So if you're not one of our air raid alarms here, that does mean you are judged. So 762-555, let us know who does the best alarm this morning. Who sounds the alarm? But we'll start on line 1. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Hi, it's Leslie.
Leslie, are you ready to play?
I am.
All right, here's what I need from you. You know, your typical hurricane, tornado alarm. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, take it away.
Ooh.
Is that what it sounds like when your husband starts to piss you off in your brain? All right, good stuff, Leslie. Stay on hold, okay? All right, we go to line 2 here. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Hi, it's Kylie.
Kylie, are you ready to play?
I sure am.
All right, you know what I need? Just need that hurricane tornado alarm. Whenever you're ready, take it away. Sound like a fart that doesn't want to come out a little bit, you know? All right, good stuff. Stay on hold. We'll go to line 3 here. Caller number 3, what is your name?
It's Champ Stamp.
Champ Stamp. All right, I take it that you're ready to play.
Oh, yeah, I was born ready.
All right, you've got to hear everybody else do the hurricane tornado. What do you think of your competition so far this morning, Champ Stamp?
I think it's pretty good. I don't know. We'll see if I can top it.
All right, let's see what you got, buddy. All right, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Stay on hold, all right, Champ Stamp?
Sounds good.
All right, let me weigh out the options here. 762-555. What are we thinking? Line 1, line 2, line 3. A round of applause to everyone here. Good job for the first start of Sound the Alarm. A lot of line 1s coming in for Leslie, to be honest. A few for the Champ Stamp there, but I think everybody likes Leslie's idea of how she gets mad at her husband. Leslie, are you still there?
I am.
Oh, you get the ding and the round of applause because you sounded the alarm the best this morning, all right?
Awesome. Thank you.
If you happen to win the big jackpot tomorrow, some nickels and dimes for the fellas over here or what?
Yeah, absolutely. And a shout out to Mark and Mary, longtime listeners, for an awesome dinner Saturday night.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Hey, quick reminder before we wrap up the podcast here. Do want to apologize for it being a little short today, but how about I give you $500? Well, I mean, not me. What if Rogers gives you $500? If you didn't know, they've got their own app. It's called Seeker, where you can stream live radio, and you can actually listen to all the podcasts on there, too. If you download the Seeker app, it's SEEKR. If you listen to the radio, you've heard that out a million times. But all you have to do is literally listen for 15 minutes on the Seeker app, and you'll get an automatic entry to win $500 ahead of Christmas here. So download the Seeker app. I mean, if you listen to the podcast every day or you're trying to catch up on the podcast, we've got 400 some episodes there, 15 minutes at a time. I mean, most episodes are about a half an hour or so, so that's 2 entries per one. You can win yourself $500, dude, just in time for Christmas, or beer money, whatever you want to do. I ain't going to judge you. Download the Seeker app. Win yourself some cash.
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby podcast.